Saturday night delight, Edna and Mildred's bingo extravaganza. In the heart of the small town of Meadowview, where the community was tight-knit and the air carried the scent of familiarity, two inseparable friends, Edna and Mildred, were gearing up for a Saturday night ritual that had become the highlight of their week, bingo at the local community centre. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting hues of pink and orange across the sky, Edna and Mildred exchanged excited glances. Clutching their bingo cards and daubers, they made their way to the bustling community centre, where the hum of anticipation resonated in the air. Edna, with her silver curls peeking out from under a colourful beret, and Mildred, her floral hat perched just so, entered the hall. The warm glow of the overhead lights reflected off the rows of neatly arranged tables, each adorned with a bingo card, a dauber, and a palpable sense of camaraderie. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafted from the corner where a small refreshment stand offered an array of snacks. Edna and Mildred made a beeline for their usual spot, a cosy corner table with a perfect view of the callers' stage. "Edna, dear, have you got your lucky charm with you tonight?" Mildred asked, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Edna chuckled, reaching into her purse to retrieve a small, worn-out rabbit's foot. "Of course, Mildred. Can't forget my lucky charm. It's been with me through many a bingo victory." As the tables filled with eager participants, the bingo caller, a friendly young woman named Lucy, took the stage. Her cheerful demeanour and vibrant personality set the tone for the evening. Edna and Mildred settled into their chairs, the cards laid out before them like a canvas awaiting the first strokes of a masterpiece. The first number echoed through the hall, and the daubers went to work. Edna and Mildred exchanged glances, their eyes dancing with the thrill of the game. The atmosphere buzzed with a mixture of hushed excitement and the rustle of bingo cards being sorted. As the game progressed, Lucy called out the numbers with zest, each announcement met with a chorus of hopeful whispers and the occasional gasp of near misses. Edna and Mildred, immersed in the rhythm of the game, shared triumphant smiles and playful nudges as they marked their cards. "062, Lucy called, and Mildred's eyes widened as she realised she needed that number for a bingo. Edna, sensing her friend's excitement, whispered, "You're close, Mildred. I can feel it." Mildred nodded, her dauber poised for action. The next number called was indeed 062. A hush fell over the table as Mildred hesitated for a moment, and then, with a triumphant flourish, she daubed the number on her card. "Bingo!" Mildred exclaimed, her eyes shining with joy. The surrounding players erupted into applause, and Edna joined in, beaming with pride for her friend. Mildred, the bingo conqueror, basked in the glow of victory. The community centre buzzed with the shared joy of the win, the energy contagious as participants congratulated each other. Embraced by the warmth of camaraderie, Edna and Mildred decided to celebrate with a visit to the refreshment stand. The aroma of popcorn and the comforting scent of freshly brewed coffee enveloped them as they selected their treats. With cups of warm coffee in hand, they returned to their table, eager for the next round. The bingo cards were reset, and the anticipation in the air was palpable. Edna and Mildred, fueled by their victory, were ready for the next challenge. As the numbers were called, Edna couldn't help but notice a sense of unity in the room. Neighbours, friends, and even newcomers came together in the spirit of friendly competition. Laughter and good-natured banter filled the hall, creating an atmosphere that transcended the simple act of marking numbers on a card. "Under the N, it's 39, Lucy announced, and Edna, engrossed in the game, daubed the number on her card. Mildred chuckled. "Edna, my dear, I believe you're on a roll tonight." Edna grinned. "Perhaps my lucky charm is working its magic for both of us." As the evening unfolded, Edna and Mildred experienced the ebb and flow of the game, the elation of a near win, the thrill of a bingo, and the good-natured acceptance of close calls. The community centre echoed with the delightful chaos of bingo enthusiasts, each round adding to the tapestry of shared memories. In between games, Edna and Mildred took a moment to reflect on the beauty of the evening. The nurturing tone of the community, the laughter, and the simple joy of being surrounded by friends made the Saturday night bingo ritual a cherished tradition. The final round approached, and the stakes were high. The atmosphere was charged with excitement as Lucy called out the last set of numbers. Edna and Mildred, their eyes focused on the cards, exchanged a knowing glance. This round held the promise of a grand finale. B12, Lucy called, and Edna's heart skipped a beat. She needed that number to complete her card for a full blackout bingo. Mildred, sensing the tension, whispered, "You're so close, Edna. This could be it." The hall fell silent as Lucy continued calling out the numbers. Edna's heart raced with each announcement. As the final number, B12, was called, Edna daubed it on her card, completing the blackout. "Bingo!" Edna exclaimed, her voice filled with elation. The community centre erupted into cheers, applause, and the sound of chairs scraping against the floor as everyone stood to acknowledge the triumphant moment. Edna, the bingo maestro of the evening, revelled in the shared joy of her victory. Mildred, proud of her friend's accomplishment, joined in the applause. The glow of the overhead lights reflected off the sea of smiling faces, creating a scene that encapsulated the essence of community and friendship. As the evening came to a close, Edna and Mildred gathered their belongings, their hearts full of gratitude for the nurturing atmosphere of the Meadowview bingo nights. They exchanged warm goodbyes with fellow players, promising to return for the next Saturday night extravaganza. As they stepped out into the crisp night air, the snowflakes danced around them, adding a touch of magic to the already enchanting evening. Edna and Mildred, their hands linked, walked through the snowy streets of Meadowview, their hearts lightened by the joy of a Saturday night well spent.